really proud of our guys. I thought it was a really good game for us. Obviously, we hadn't won at home in conference, so that was big. I thought the crowd was tremendous. Really, really tremendous, and we appreciate that. I thought we played very well. I thought my thought is that we're an improving defensive team and getting better, but we're a pretty good offensive team. We need to keep scoring to put pressure on the opponent. When we score and put pressure on them, our defense feels a little better. When it gets hard, our defense isn't quite there enough to just dictate how the game's going to go. And even though tonight we had 14 steals is a incredibly high number, especially in conference play, and I thought we played well enough defensively to complement a really good offensive game.
Why go with Sal early, and could you speak about what he contributed when he got it?
Well, I told him at practice on Monday that he'd be the first sub, and it's easier to put a guy in early, I figure, and then when it gets late, part of my issue with is he's not Nate's sub, but it kind of feels like that as we're going through the game, and I've been so reluctant to take Nate out. And I know I have to get him in because he's a good player. He can help us. He's going to be a good player, and especially with Julius out, he needs to be in there contributing. And I thought he did a great job tonight.
Mason had that 17-2 run late, but then Grant was able to score that bucket to put you guys back up 9 and kind of just put it away, so to speak. Is it getting closer? I know that was a big run, but is it getting closer to where you want to be complete game?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's. Obviously, there are runs in the game. That's far too much, and we had opportunities when that happened. We missed we missed foul shots. We had open shots. There are opportunities. And when a team plays desperately, we need to be able to make that adjustment. And everybody has to contribute. We're so reliant on Jacob, obviously. Everybody has to contribute and make a play and not be nervous and just kind of break through and make the play that they're supposed to make. So I thought aside from that, we played beautifully. I mean, we played a great game. So hopefully, we did, and the play when Grant made the basket to put it up 9, not that 9's a magic number, but it did kind of stop some of the bleeding there, was really a great recognition. Jacob came over, he had a little guy on the post because they were pressing and went right to the basket and scored. So in that way, that really was a big play, the way I see it.
Y'all forced a lot of turnovers, but turned that into a lot of points as well.
We really did. Jacob's obviously just an elite stealer of the ball. I haven't really seen too many guys like that. Ryan Butler for us could really steal the ball. Briante Weber was incredible, and he's like that. You just can't even believe some of the steals he comes up with. And then we did turn them into points, and that was big for us. I thought that us scoring was so important. It always is. Right now, that's where we are. We can score pretty well, pretty efficiently. We're improving on defense, but scoring like that in transition a couple of times is really helpful.
Coach, about midway through the first half, you guys made a switch back to your more traditional zone from the man-to-man. What did you see out of GMU to make that adjustment?
George Mason. GMU. I'm sorry. Okay. We just wanted to keep them off balance as best we could. We played, a little bit of straight zone. We played a little bit of our matchup zone, a little bit of man-to-man. In games past, they've gotten into a rhythm against us. And, no matter what the score turned out to be, they were just in a rhythm. And we wanted to disrupt that rhythm as best we could. So it didn't necessarily matter how, we even if we had a couple of stops in a row in man-to-man, we would switch to a straight zone. We just wanted to keep them off balance as best we could.
So now, another win against a top A10 team. What do you guys need to do going forward on a daily basis, not have that, LaSalle game in between where you guys can continue that rhythm?
Yeah. So again, and basketball is hard. LaSalle's pretty good, and I just think it's as we gain experience and get more seasoning, we can talk about, how important this is, how important the next scout is. Enjoy the game for tonight, and really approach every detail of the next scout, the next game, whatever it might be. And I think we can get better at that. We can grow in that area. Hopefully we will, and we'll just kind of keep pounding that in.
Golden, KO, needed to contribute, needed to do more for Richmond to be a touch more unpredictable and therefore more dangerous.
I think, of course, like whole team can't rely on 3 players to do all the work, and the more everybody else can contribute and like get rebounds, get like not even points, like just everything else, just get the rebounds, play good D. It's like helps us to win games.
Sal, with Julius Johnson out, you've been getting some more minutes. What kind of steps do you feel you've taken in your development?
Just continuing to work hard and believe in myself. That helped me play well on the court.
Hey Sal, do you hear fans, they seem to perk up when you touch the ball? Clearly they want you to do well. Not that they don't want everybody else to do well, but can you hear them?
Yeah, I
What
could.
they're providing, and why do you think that is?
I could definitely hear them. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but I really do appreciate it. So thank you to everybody out there.
Jacob, after that 13-0 run by GMU, you guys know you struggled a little bit closing out games. What did Coach say to you guys?
I mean, I think after that, Grant had just got a technical, so he was kind of more mad at Grant for getting that technical, but obviously he told us to stay locked in. Obviously, even when we were up 20, we kind of told ourselves the game's not over. We've been in situations like this before.
Was that the discussion at halftime? You know, you guys were rolling pretty good, but there have been second half issues this year.
For sure. Obviously, at halftime, I mean, that's a whole different situation. At halftime, you still got to worry about the first 5 because usually the first 5 wins it. So we just came out and tried to attack them.
To get this win, Jacob, I mean, you know, now that's last 2 Wednesdays, you've put together pretty solid wins in the conference. I mean, steps that take in the right direction, no doubt.
For sure. Obviously, George Mason's one of the top teams in the conference, so it's a big win for us, especially to get one here home. Haven't got one in a while, so hopefully we can just keep rolling.
Anything else, guys?
Jacob, can I ask you also about the support that the top 3 players on Richmond's team received tonight, not just in scoring, but rebounding, steals. It just seemed to be more activity among the other players.
I didn't even know they did anything out there, John.
Yeah.
No, they played well. Obviously, it was pretty spread out. But like Andre was trying to say, a lot of it's not points. Obviously, points help, but it's diving on loose balls. Wojcik took a charge today. It was big time for the team. Rebounding, just playing good defense, being in the right position. So that's really what it was. They helped us out a lot today, and they just got to keep moving forward.